Hey, welcome back to another video. We're down at Shellys Beach again this morning for a sunrise. Looking for that reflection shot. So what I mean by that is I wanted that water on these beautiful rocks. Try to get some of that sunrise reflection in the rocks. Fingers crossed. I tried to get the tides right, but then trying to get days and tides and family life all sorted, it's tricky. But the tide's coming in, so it's coming in pretty quick too. There's some water already on the rocks, so all I need is some of that nice golden light to come off and start reflecting, and then hopefully I can get a nice reflection. Some beautiful big clouds in the distance. We've had some rain the last couple of days. I do have full moon behind me, so that's helping with the sort of the light, but that's also been a bit of a pain with the tripod because where the moon, the angle of the moon coming against the tripod is where the sun is. So I've had to go to the left a little bit, if that makes sort of sense. Anyway, we'll see how we go. I'm going to try. I've got a nice little shot, some beautiful little patterns in some nice textured rock, and there's some water sitting on that. So hopefully that's enough to give me that reflection, and I'll spin you around and we'll have a bit of a chat. Right, let's hit that intro. So you can see we've got the tripod here. Just turn the light on. You can see some little bits of water just in front of it, with these little pools. And then obviously a 15 to 35 on 2.8. And then I want that horizon. You can see some boats out there yet again, all coming into Brisbane Harbour. And then there's a beautiful sky. I'll come just up a touch. So you can see that's sort of what I'm trying to capture. That's the frame I'm after. So I've got those gorgeous little patterns in the rock with a reflection. I want that water colour to come off that water and then get that reflection and get those textures all in there. Sort of purple hour at the moment, so you can sort of see that's coming through. And I've got that gorgeous light there. Once that light changes colour, and I'm going to keep shooting through here and try and get some of that colour into down here on the rocks. That's the plan. So in theory sounds good. When it changes so fast it can be tricky, so fingers crossed. So as you can see, that changing light's coming, it's popping, it's really nice. I was able to come back to my first little composition, which I'll just bring it down. I know the lights looks good. You can see you got the tripod down here. And I've got this little knoll with water in it, surrounded, and it's all textured. And it's just sitting and it's got water around it and these beautiful patterns in the rocks. So I've got that blown up. That'll be the central shot in the frame. And as you see, these gorgeous storm clouds in the background, that light, the sun trying to fight through it. So hopefully it's going to be really good. 5:15, so we should be getting into gold now. I've just had the film camera out with the Portra 400, perfect light for it. Got some shots of the beautiful big full moon behind, and it's just a matter of getting this and working this scene. Focus stacking. I've got to focus stack because I've got to get that knoll at the front, and then the other foreground, and then the water. I'm not really fussed. I'd really like to be able to get down to 8 for the second if I can, so I get that water perfect. And that's going to try and work on now. So I'll keep shooting, and once I get to a shot that I really, really like and I think it's all going to be a good little package, I'll come back and we'll talk about it and I'll show you the back of the screen. Probably can't see it, maybe if I go up. That golden light is just trying to up here. Up there, you can see the golden light creeping in, and you can see it trying to fight against the thunderstorm clouds in the background. So I probably can go handheld now. I'm going to give it a couple of minutes. I just want to see if this light can get through that cloud. What it can do. Special at the moment. Got the shot, a bit of colour coming off that water. That 8 per second now. Yeah, basically sharp this lens. A little bit of rain around. Focus back in the foreground. You see that water's starting to come across, so the tide's coming in, so it's starting to come up. This will all fill with water at high tide. So that was what I was hoping was going to be like a little bit earlier, but I'm getting some beautiful waves too. Probably going to give it another couple of minutes while that light's good there, and then I'll probably go handheld and see what I can get handheld to go away from this shot. Started to rain settled in, and we're getting flooded out by this water coming in, the tide. It's coming over the rocks. Some beautiful big waves out here, which I just chucked the 24 to 105 on, try and get some shots of it. And that gorgeous, you can see that light, just trying to use that as the background. It looks amazing, that storm cloud there and that golden light from the sun. Just can't get through that cloud. That's how thick that cloud is. It's just so dense, and it's stopping the sun from coming through and shine us, which is awesome. Beautiful golden light. So using that as a backdrop and trying to get some backlight off that, because it's giving a nice golden glow over the ocean. Just did some handheld stuff, running around for a little bit. Maybe not, never know until you get back to Lightroom, but glorious day here. For me anyway, I love the rain. Joys of growing up in Darwin. But you can see that light's just fighting all the way across the horizon, just fighting to try and get through that cloud, but it's not succeeding, which is good for me. It's given me a lot extra time to shoot, so that's good. The rain's been pesty, because obviously the Pocket 3 is not really good for the water, so I'm trying to keep that out and constantly keeping it dry. Dab. Get one of these. Always got multiple of these in the bag. And then just keeping the bag dry, I ended up having to put the Shimoto up on Winston, because I'd stopped using Winston, and hung him up on that to keep him off the water, because I didn't want to move all the gear back away, because didn't want to lose that light, because you never know how long you'll get it for. As you can see, it's sort of soft, but it was a little bit denser and golder over there a little bit before. Rightio, anyway, another fun day, and I'll see you all next week. Stay safe. Peace.